brings you in today?
Well, I wanted to talk to somebody. I'm having trouble um, communicating with my girlfriend.
You're having trouble communicating with your girlfriend. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Okay, we're in a long distance relationship right now, and we don't see each other every day, so that automatically, brings the issue in, and she doesn't like to tell me, what's wrong. Like I ask her, is something wrong? She says no, but I can hear it in her voice, and I know that something's wrong, and that bothers me because I'm not there, you know. So it's just hard to communicate when I'm not there, and the stress of being so far away is taking a toll on me.
I can see it in your eyes, and when you're talking to me, that it does take a toll on you. Like I really can see that, and it is hard, to be in a long distance relationship. I just to self disclose, I've been one of myself, and it wasn't easy. And you're right, communication is difficult. So, I guess my question to you is, what can you do in terms of communication to make it better with your girlfriend?
Well, I mean, we've talked about, like no matter how mad we get, or like no matter what happens, to always be honest with each other and let each other know what's going on, you know. But it just seems like she doesn't want to make a big issue out of it, or I don't want to make a big issue out of it, So it's just kind of like building up because we want to preserve our relationship and we don't want to ruin it by bringing all these problems to the forefront.
Okay. So on the one hand, you want to talk to your girlfriend about it, but on the other hand, you don't want to talk to your girlfriend about it because you want to preserve what you have so far, and you think talking about it is going to ruin it. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's about right. We talk about, we need to be honest with each other and we need to, say what's on our mind, but then we don't do that because, we don't want to make each other mad, or we don't want to, mess, something that's good up.
Do you think instead of messing something that is good up, that, by communicating, you would be able to, help make the relationship better by opening that door?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's just, not saying it, but actually doing it is, what we're going to have to do.
So if you were to do it, what would you do? How would you go about taking that first step?
Well, I mean, so much, I can control because, I can tell when she's holding something in and I want to get that out of her, that's hard. But, as for me, maybe I can show her that I'm being open and that I'm being honest and tell her what's bothering me. So maybe she can, open up and tell me what's wrong with her. Maybe I can do that. I don't know.
So, I just want to make sure that I'm hearing correctly. That you said by opening up to her, she'll be able to open up to you.
Hopefully, yeah.
And say that does happen. What would happen next?
Well, if there is really, a deep issue that she had, which I know she does, like, I know that the distance is getting to her, but I want to know what I can do about that. So maybe if she opens up and, and she tells me, what's on her mind, then we can, work towards making that better.
So don't you think by making it better, that it would be through communicating to her and telling her how you feel?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Do you think your girlfriend would be open to talking about it, or do you think she would close up?
I think she closes up because she gets scared, or I don't know, but it's hard to get that out of her. Like, maybe if I was there, it would be different.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. I'm not there all the time.
It seems like it's a recurring theme, and I'm trying to make the connection that, the distance might be one of the underlying issues, along with communication and not being able to see her all the time. Do you think, there's anything else that's missing besides those?
Well, I don't think the distance is underlying. I don't think it's an underlying issue. I'm pretty positive that it is an issue, but her expressing that and expressing how we can move past that and make it better is the problem. Like we both know that the distance is tough, but I want her to express to me how we can make it better, or like what is exactly is going on in her mind. What about the distance? You know, is it that she can't see me? Is it that we can't be intimate together? Is it because she just wants me around? Like, and I want to know how she's feeling in that moment, so I can try and cheer her up, or I can do something to make the situation better.
So you want to be able to cheer her up and make her feel better, but you don't feel you can do that just by talking over the phone, or maybe through texting or video chat?
Yeah.
What would you say would be the connection that you guys need, since you're not able to see each other, to help that?
I think if we had time to where we kind of like just a time where we just expressed everything that we were feeling, all the positives and all the negatives that we were feeling, to each other, without anybody getting mad, or without without anything changing, like within our relationship. If we had the opportunity to honestly express how we felt, express our concerns, you know, without them being taken the wrong way by the other person, then maybe that could help.
Since you think that could help, I want to know, what would you say to her? What would that conversation look like?
I would say, baby, can you be open and tell me, what is bothering you?
Okay. And what do you think she would say back?
Well, lately she's been saying, "Oh, nothing. I'm fine. I'll be fine."
And you get the sense she's not fine.
No, I know she's not fine.
Okay. So, how do you plan on, making it the situation so it is fine, so you feel at peace and you feel, that you are supporting her and being there for her, and so she feels fine, and that way, in a sense, you feel fine as well?
Well, I mean, I guess I could take her word for it and say, "Okay,
Mm-hmm.
babe, you're fine, okay," and then change the topic or change the subject. But I don't want to do that because I still feel like something's wrong, and I know something's wrong. So, you know, you know, like lately, I just been saying, "Babe, I know something's wrong, and I want you to, to tell me what's wrong, and I'm here, and I'll do whatever I can to make the situation right, and I'll do, whatever I can to make you happy." and hopefully she takes that, and hopefully she understands that, and will, open up to me and actually let me know what's on her mind.
So if she opens up to you and she lets you know what's on her mind, do you think that's gonna help make it better between you two?
Yeah. If I know what's going on, then I can try and cheer her up. I can try and make plans for the future to make more trips down there, um, or just be there to tell her everything's gonna be okay, um, and be able to tell her this is a factor, this isn't a factor. You know, if she has something that she believes is a factor in our relationship, and if she lets me know what that is, I can tell her, hey, this isn't a factor. You know.
Okay. Now, you said to me that, hey, this is a factor and this isn't a factor, but what are those factors to you?
Well, like if she says, I'm worried, the distance is, getting to me, you know, like, and like I don't know what you're doing up there, you know, you know, like, are you being faithful to me? And I can tell her, well, me being faithful is not a factor because I am. So if that's an issue that you're worried about, you don't have to worry about that because you know it's not a factor.
I think you bring up a lot of good points, and you're right. That maybe it's time to have this conversation with your girlfriend. And I know that you said that there are some factors, and I want us to go over this more next week when we see each other, because I think this is really important, and that it's time. Maybe if you thought about how you would like to see the conversation go with her, or maybe if you do talk to her and you come back and we can talk about how it went. Do you think that could be something that we could do?
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure we'll have a conversation or two. And, I can tell you how it goes.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, do you think this time works for you again next week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week, and we can talk some more about this. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.